Let's go drink some beer.
Good community.
Welcome to another fun Sunday at E&E Brew Reviews with your host, Eric. Actually, I want to say thanks.
Oh, hey, hold on.
Check.
Sorry about that. First day off in a little while here. Doing what I normally do on a day off, finishing up some projects we're going to get into, and watching one of my favorite channels, Ebomi's Bandy Brew Reviews. Man, I'm telling you, if you want to have an entertaining time learning about beers, you need to check him out. I am going to put a link on my video if you guys are interested in that sort of thing. Definitely subscribe, check him out. I was just finishing up giving him a hard time about something. I watched so many of his videos that he has all these people sending him beers from all over the country, and you know, you get hooked on an idea that it came from somebody on the East Coast or one of his subscribers. Not in this area. The distributors don't sell that out here, or they don't, or you can't get it out here. So you always get a mix of different things available in different parts of the United States, and one of the ones that he was reviewing, and the one I was just watching, was Black Butte 25. Gave it a great review. Said it was a little sweet for him. I'm not finding that. Of course, the guy's a hoppy bastard. He likes all the bitter ass beers, so for him to find this sweet, but I'll tell you what, he was right on target with everything else. And the best part about it is it's got a high alcohol content. Good, smooth, dark beer, roasty. Smoky undertones, creamy. I like it. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to put a link on this video. Get over there and check him out. He's also got the Ebomi channel, which I'm sure you guys are all aware of, and that definitely is worth being a member or subscriber to. Learn a lot of good things from him. Today's topic, I've finally finished a project that I've had a lot of PMs and responses and comments and questions regarding my next generation Altoids Survival Kit. This be what is left of the kit, and I'm gonna, in the video you're gonna see a little transition from what this started as in the previous video to what I'm going to show you today as the culminating product. You'll see a little bit later that the changes I made on this have led to a much cleaner and much more streamlined approach to having a portable and usable, reliable means of survival in an emergency situation or an unforeseen situation. Before I get to the main event, thought I'd show you one of the others I just finished, and this is, like I said in my impromptu giveaway video I think it was last week. One of the questions I get first off is that what kind of tin is this? What kind of can is it? And to be honest with you, it is a Coleman First Aid Survival Kit. can't see it, but basically I took a Coleman, here we go. Took a Coleman First Aid Survival Kit, and again, as Tim Allen would say, I rewired it. All right, so here we go. Took it apart, and at that point I made a kit that has gotten a lot of positive feedback on it. You had the, as I'll show you later in this video, your light activation switch on the side there, main power switch, a status LED to let you know when the unit was either on or charging. My problem with it was that the circuitry and the controller boards were way too bulky for what I was looking for. So I got busy and redesigned it, and we'll get to that in a little bit. In the meantime, I was also toying with the idea that I used the word Altoid in the video title, and it really isn't an Altoid tin because it is bigger, as you can see. So I took the challenge of seeing if I could make one for or with a true Altoids tin, and there you have it. Still putting the survival parts to it in it, so I don't have them all put together yet. I'm still picking them up, but right now I've got the fishing kit, the Spyderco little knife, the compass. I use 11-in-1 tools. I'm going to be putting obviously other items in there, but this is the circuitry on this one. You've got your charge controller there, which also regulates and charges your battery bank, which is in the lid. And you get your USB boost controller right there. And again, you know me and my badass 390,000 mini can light. There you go. Light up your life. All right. So it can be done with an Altoids tin. Now I'm gonna try and keep this short. I have mentioned in another video, and probably will kind of reiterate it once in a while, that my videos are going to be a little lengthy because I try to keep it moving, but I also try to make sure people understand and pick up something that they can use, learn, or relate to somebody else in a manner that they can teach somebody something. So my videos are going to be a little lengthy. For those of you impatient ones, just hit that fast forward button or next video. Anyway, here's the main star of the event. What was this is now this. Obviously it looks a whole lot identical or similar. It really isn't in a lot of ways. Check it out. On this side, the clutter of the main power switch, the status LED, the switch for the lighting LED are all on that side. I have condensed it all into one push button switch. And the only purpose that this switch serves is to, yep, you guessed it, I'm going to blind you again. There you go. So, let's see what we got in this. And give me a second, I'm going to move the camera up just a little bit because it's at a distance and you can watch this and not my ugly face, okay? Alright, let's see, let's open this up. Again, in the lid, we have the battery bank. This is actually an 11 watt-hour battery, so in basic terms, this will charge an iPhone. Let's see, iPhone is 5, so it'll charge it over 2.5 times. So we've got a power source, or your battery bank in the lid. So what do we got in here? I used to have, where did I put it? Of course, when I want to find, here it is. In the original kit, I had some paracord. It was about maybe 6 feet of it. I had a comment posted on the original kit about using trout line from a subscriber, and that really made sense to me. It's got good tensile strength and it takes up less room. And I was getting ready to pick up some of that, and I came across this in one of my other survival kits, and basically what this is a braided nylon cord, and it's got a 150-pound tensile strength, so it's more than enough for this kind of a situation. And there's about 60 feet, well, I'm not saying 60, there's probably about, I want to say 25, 30 feet here. All right. So you've got that. You've got your fishing kit with some hooks, weights. There's also some pins in here. There's a sewing needle. Other odds and ends that you would or might need in a unforeseen situation. Condensed down the tinder wicks. I remember, I don't know if you saw the original one, I have the fire starter impregnated magnesium, and there's also magnesium powder in this bag. So you've got a good hot fire source ready to go in a small area. Got a bobbin of sewing thread. Again, your ubiquitous compass. Got a roll of wire for setting snares. You can also use it in an emergency for fishing. Pretty handy to have. I put one of these new miniature tweezers in here. Takes up a very little room, and a nice pair of tweezers can always be useful in a situation like that. You know, splinters, whatnot. Pretty cool. Another problem I had that I was dealing with was trying to find it. Of course, well, this is a representation of what kind of safety whistles are usually in survival kits, and yeah, they are loud and easy to see, but they're big and bulky, so they don't work well in a tightly confined area like this. So I decided to go a different route with that and went with 4/7's titanium emergency whistle or safety whistle. It, as you can see, is very, very small. It takes up very little space. I actually have it tucked in above the USB boost controller. So I mean, it just like out of the way, the nowhere man there. Got some storm matches, secondary mode of fire starting. strikers on the battery bank, so you have it all in one place. Got about 3 feet of Gorilla Tape. Like I said, I'm a fan of Gorilla Tape. I just think it's a better, stronger product than the duct tape. It's a matter of preference though, so you guys go where you want on that one. I've got there's another mode of fire starting. Obviously the magnesium ferrocerium rod. Get your ferrocerium there, and the whole body of this is magnesium. So, and I gotta try and I will get you've seen it in the other video, but the scraper bars, here we go. There's the striker bar, and also the serrated edge to, if you run out of magnesium, you just make your own magnesium. Alright, got even a third, or is this fourth? I'm losing count here. Way of fire starting. I love this thing. You know, when I bought you're going to see a couple of what I call impulsive purchases here. When I bought this Spyderco bug, you know, it was one of the things I mentioned was it was just damn cute. And I do like that idea. It functions as a sharp object that is capable of cutting, albeit somewhat small, but a have or have not situation, I'd rather have it, right? It's kind of another one of those. This is called the peanut lighter. I love this thing. There you go. It is a real freaking lighter. And I'll tell you what, obviously it wouldn't be a great idea on a windy or blustery day, but on a calm evening when you need to light something, it's nice to have this. And it's got a O-ring seal after you have after you charge the bottom with the lighter fluid, the O-ring seals this thing. And once you've got it all screwed up tight, this will stay charged for well over a year. So light, small, fits right in, no problem. Great little backup fire starter. I'll get to this in a second. I went big on my cutting with respect to this kind of a situation. Decided that I would get the CRK blade. It's good, sturdy, sharp blade. You have better grip purchase on the handle. It lays well within the confines of the case. It's flat, doesn't take up much room, and you've got a very good sharp cutting edge. Very, very handy to have in a situation like that. As far as on the bottom, I went with a nice little, I've got it in a plastic seal. I've got it sealed up because I didn't want the mirror getting scratched up, but you've got a signaling mirror, and underneath that you've got a Fresnel lens that is a fourth or fifth, if somebody's counting, method of fire starting. And the final object I have in there, and this again is going to fall into the line of impulse purchases, but this one really worked out. Okay, so this is it's the Swiss Tech multi-tool. Check that out. And I wish you guys could feel, I mean, this thing is well built. It's good, solid stainless steel. It has like 19 tools in it, you know, and I consider myself, in most cases, somewhat intelligent. I actually had to get the manual out to find half this stuff, and how to get to it. But for all practical purposes, this is a good one. I originally had gone with this, and this is an excellent multi-tool for your smaller cases, and I would recommend that. Stainless steel, it's got 11 different usable functions on it. I would use it. This one goes better. So basically how this works, you fold down the arms, on both sides, and now you have a pair of pliers. Alright, screwing around with all these electronics, you would think I had the common sense to remember to charge a battery. Apparently not. Anyway, while I was getting a new battery set up, I realized that I was off on my positioning of what was where on this. Like I said, this thing has 19 different functions, and to show you that, here's the manual that comes with it. So I was looking at it, and what I was telling you up here was the wire cutter is actually the wire crimper. Cutter is down here, and this is like a, I don't know, it's maybe a 10 gauge, and it there's no problem doing it. And I would see if I can find the right area for this stripping, because there you go. It does strip, it does cut. What else does it do? You've got the 1/4 inch or 6 millimeter hex wrench, 7/16 or 11 millimeter if you close it up. You've got your flathead screwdrivers. You know, I mean, all these things are folded in, so you got all sorts of hunting to do for some of this stuff. Right. Inches and millimeter rulers are machined into the blades of the screwdrivers. You've got a little hand drill here. Wonderful, well-built, sturdy, lifetime guarantee type of multi-tool that would serve a number of functions out there. You've got bottle openers, nail file, inches and, like I said, millimeter. You've got 1, 2, 3 different Phillips screwdrivers, 1, 2, 3 flathead screwdrivers. I mean, for such a small little package, it more than serves its purpose in this kit. And that should cover it. I mean, it's a lot of fun putting these together, and I've had a lot of, like I said, positive feedback on them. People wanting to build them, people wanting to buy them. I'm not sure what direction I'm going to go with that yet, because for me these are challenges. These are also kind of a therapeutic, or if you want to call it exercise for me with kind of help me deal with that issue that my previous video enlightened everybody on, hopefully, and get that out of the way. So basically that was the reason I was getting into this area. It turns out that the physics and the electrical engineering part of it caught my fancy, and it became very interesting, and as I progressed, I decided to find more barriers to overcome and more challenges to meet as far as making it a functional item or utility that somebody could have and use in a situation that wasn't intended or planned for. And these are always things that happen at the worst possible time. You want to be you want to be as best prepared as you can possibly be for those kind of situations. And there's this one thing, there's something bugging me. I was trying to remember something that, what was it? What was it that I wanted to, one last thing I wanted to touch base on. What was it? It's over. Oh, wait a second. I know what it is. Maybe. Kind of special kind of cord that I came out with. Where did that cord go? Here's the cord. Because, you might run out of power on your iPhone, and it's good to have a power pocket, I'm thinking about calling this the power pocket. That's not right. What should I call it? What should I call this thing? About the Mighty Mini. How did that go? There you go. This is proof that you can take even the smallest Altoids, small container, and yep, I made it into a USB fully functional. This obviously, given the size, I'll show you here. Given the size, you're under constraints to have a large battery bank, but with the advent of lithium-ion batteries, I was able to find a couple of high voltage, well, not high voltage, but high power lithium-ion batteries that are 3.7 volts each and wired in series is about 800 milliamps. So basically this will take a completely dead iPhone 5 and charge it up to halfway, which in a situation that you were out of communications because your phone went dead and you have no way of charging it out in the open, this will get it up to halfway, and then you just close it up and let the solar panel recharge it and keep going. And I know, yep, I did it again, right? Badass. Light in there. 5-volt charging system. And this might not be considered a survival kit by a lot of people because there's no survival. There's no room for survival items in it. Obviously, the charging system and the boost controller and the switch and everything. Yeah, you're right. There is no room, but you have to look at it in a couple of other ways if you want to be fair about it. Let's say you're a lady or your wife or your girlfriend is out in a dark area and she's accosted by somebody. I'll tell you what, 390,000 MCDs or midi-cannolite will definitely disable somebody momentarily, give her maybe the upper hand for a second to take a defensive swing, kick, or whatever, and beat feet to get out of there. Also, the ability to keep in communication through charging your cell phone or your GPS system, also basic survival pluses. So, looking at it from a general sense, yes, it's not a true survival kit, but it definitely has its niche in the system. So I know it's long, it's drawn out, and hopefully there's some stuff that you guys can take home or think about, mull over, and figure out things that maybe you haven't tried yet because you didn't think they would work. They might. You never know until you try. In the meantime, hey, check out Ebomi's channel, check out Bandy Brew Review. I'll put those links down on my video. The upcoming in the near future, playing with an idea. I really like the last little impromptu giveaway, so I'm going to be putting some little contests together, giving away some stuff. Keep an eye out on those things, and I got a big giveaway planned. Putting ideas, I've been throwing things at Ebomi and seeing what he thought, and I got a idea for a contest that might be a lot of fun for a lot of people. So keep an eye out, and as always, you guys have fun, be safe. Desert Gold out.